Alright. So, I'm currently driving to work. I've been thinking about this for a while. I wanted to start vlogging a little bit, or just recording what's going on in my life for my personal and potentially business reasons. I want to say, so I've been watching like Gary Vee and listening to a ton of podcasts like Startup and those kind of things. And I was thinking, hey, I need to be recording my process and what my endeavors are, just in case. Who knows where I am and how useful this or how interesting this might be to some people. So I guess today's episode 1. Today is January 18th 2017. 2017 has been a super interesting year. I have started really pushing myself and being motivated to do better. And part of that is my career. Part of that is I wanted to be more efficient, since I would love to get to Riot, working for Riot Games, or getting into the eSports industry, maybe the Square eSports, just those kind of things. And eventually, the big news is that before Christmas, December 2016, I got contacted by Weldon Green. If you don't know who Weldon Green is, sports psychologist, head coach, studied sports psychology. He was the head coach for COG when they got first place, head coach for TSM when they got first place in NA, and was a coach for Copenhagen Wolves back in the day in EU, and now is back in Europe coaching G2, who has gotten first place in previous seasons. So, I'm making a podcast for him, and I'm trying to think about expanding my podcast network. Maybe that could be a future business endeavor. Maybe it's just something I do solely for Weldon and his podcast, because he has a few ideas. Really exciting. I finished the first episode of it last weekend, and Weldon was just blown away and ecstatic, which was awesome. I haven't created something that I've been that proud of in a while, and there's still work to be done, so that's really cool. A lot of compliments, a lot of constructive feedback, those kind of things. So I'm working on episode 2 right now. Episode 2 will be on the concept of fear and anxiety, maybe stress, I'm not exactly sure. Still trying to figure out how to process everything in there together well. I think the hardest part about this project is that I already have the pieces, but I don't know how they fit together. I have to design adapters or bridges to connect all the points, and because they're a conglomeration or a grab bag of all his episodes, someone can ask the same question or slightly different questions about fear and ranked games and those kind of things, where a lot of things can be repeated. So far he hasn't said anything like really contradictory, so that's good. That means he's consistent and he really knows his stuff, so that makes it easy. But yeah, I have to figure out creatively and make a story and make it cohesive and flow correctly, and that's not easy when it wasn't made to do that. Ask Weldon's show was basically ask me a question, I give you an answer, and depending on what I think of that day, or what he thinks of that day, or what he thinks is pertinent to the specific person asking this question, he covers certain things. That makes it really difficult to make a nice, cohesive, flowing, clean product. Otherwise, you have a lot of repetition, which extends the episode longer than it needs to be. And I really enjoy the content, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that think this might be dry. So trying to keep everything as short as possible, to the point, and then making sure my voice that comes into it is really poignant. Is that the right word? So that's been a challenge. Apparently I've stepped up to the challenge and done well, so that's cool to hear. But it definitely has been interesting and difficult. So that's the biggest thing on my plate. Other than that, I think I've done a great job as just taking care of housework, being a good husband, not being neglectful, taking care of Tibbers too. Tibbers the dog, puppy. I've been doing well. I've been waking up at like 5, somewhere between 5 and 5:45 every day with Jane, my wife, and yeah, the efforts have been really, really awesome. I've been so productive. I was getting into work at 7 and now I'm getting into work almost at 8 every day because I've been working from like 5:30 to like 7:50 before I have to actually like really get to work because I'm enjoying editing and figuring out the challenges with creating a new podcast and creating a podcast like this specifically. So that's really cool. I never thought I'd be so excited. Work is going pretty well as well. Yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. I've been involved more, having more ownership, and just staying motivated through my productivity planner, and just surrounding myself with positive, inspirational people. And when I say people, I mean podcasts. The voices inside my head, basically. And yeah, it's been going really well. I was questioning how long I'd be here because I really want to pursue these other dreams, but suddenly it's like, whoa, I could work here and I could do this for a while. But at the same time, I really want to pursue these dreams or the excitement of entrepreneurship, even as softcore of an entrepreneur I may be. It's really exciting. And part of that might be just like, I'm surrounding myself with the same voices of like, oh, be an entrepreneur, sacrifice everything, work really hard and make big bucks and work 4 hours a day or work 90 hours a day, depending on like, you know, how successful and they are and what their motivations are to work and make money. But boy, it's been tough. So yeah, I don't know. The Lola podcast has been really interesting. Been difficult, and I've been better at being so short with everyone and being frustrated with people, but things are getting done. I'm excited for this weekend because we have a working meeting, which I don't know if anyone will show up, but I think I'm gonna do that, show up, turn on the stream so our community can interact and build some ideas for us, because again, I really want the podcast to be almost run by the community. Maybe not run by the community, but really made for the community, what their issues are, what they're interested in, while balancing, hey, making sure that Blake, Brad, Ernie, Tyler, and I are interested in what we're talking about, because otherwise, I think it shines through. What happens is that someone's quiet for a really long time, we don't have good conversation because everyone wants to move to the next topic, or just get done. Everyone's tired. I mean, Blake has to freaking take care of his baby, and putting his baby down to sleep is super hard, and I can't imagine. So, and I'm tired too. I mean, I'm up at 5 and going to bed at like 11. That's been really interesting. But I'm surviving. Coffee is amazing. So basically every aspect of my life right now. Really excited for our Philly boot camp. That's in the future. I booked my tickets last week, so I'll be seeing Brad, staying with him for a weekend, taking a day off. That should be really exciting. Really, really pumped for that. I haven't been to Philadelphia since like, oh no, I was of an age where it only included one digit, so maybe like 9 or 8. And I think we just passed through it. Other than that, what else is in the future? Yeah, just expanding my podcast network or brand myself. And yeah, that's cool. So almost at work. Taking me like 15 minutes to get to work. That's unfortunate, but that's what I get for leaving at like 7:52 or 7:50. I guess it would be 7:40 a.m. Yeah, it's 7:53 right now in the morning, so that's how early I'm getting into work. But again, I was up at like 5:45 today. So keep it up, Sam. You're doing great. and let's see what cool things will happen. Should probably do this maybe twice a week or something like that. Alright, peace.